Right. What's up, baseball fans? Anthony with Blue Bums Gaming. And it has been a long time since I had this, actually, a long time since I've streamed, but especially a long time since I've had this game on the table. One of my absolute favorite baseball games, Payoff Pitch Baseball, by my good friend Joe Bryan. And we're going to get into game 19 of our 1921 New York Yankees replay. And just some housekeeping issues here. As I go through the lineups, I'll let you know how the Yankees are doing so far in terms of stats in the replay. I do not keep stats for the visiting teams or the opponents. So for the Yankees, and this game been played at Detroit, Wyatt Hoyt on the mound for New York, and Sud Sutherland. And of course, nicknames back in the day were kind of related to how a player was. So you'd have to think Mr. Sutherland enjoyed an ice cold beer here and there with the nickname of Suds. But back to the Yankees lineup, leading off in center field, Braga Roth. And Roth in this replay is hitting .409. He has 1 home run and 3 ribbies. Roger Peckinpah at shortstop bats second, and Peckinpah hitting .261, 1 home run and 12 ribbies. Babe Ruth in the 3-hole, and the Bambino off to a torrid start in this replay, hitting .373. He has 7 round trippers and 26 RBIs, both team leading numbers. Wally Pipp at first base, hitting cleanup, and the placeholder for Lou Gehrig is actually hitting a robust .356 with 3 home runs himself and 22 RBIs, second behind Ruth. Bob Musial gets a start in right field, and Musial, a little bit of a slow start in the replay. He has managed to pull his average up to .260 recently. 1 home run, 14 ribbies for him. The veteran at the hot corner, Frank Home Run Baker, coming over from the Athletics. He is hitting .321. He has a home run and 2 RBIs. In the 7th spot, second baseman Aaron Ward checking in at .269 and no home runs, 6 ribbies. Wally Shang behind the dish, hitting .175. He is the one person in this lineup that will not hurt you. He's got no home runs, 4 RBIs, and as mentioned, Wade Hoyt on the mound, and Hoyt is hitting .250 as a batter, and pitching-wise, he has a 2-0 record, 2 saves to go with that, and a 0.78 ERA. All right, so let's get to the Detroit lineup. Leading off at second, Ralph Young. Donnie Bush at short, hitting second. Tyrus Raymond Cobb in center, hitting third. Bobby Veach in left, hitting fourth. Harry Heilman in right in the 5 spot. Lou Blue hitting 6th at first base. Joe Sargent at the hot corner, hitting 7th. Eddie Ainsmith catching. And in the 9th spot and pitching is the aforementioned Sud Sutherland. And as a reminder, I use dice roll and then the fast action cards for runner advancement and other things. So let's get underway. Hopefully I'm not too rusty at this, as Braga Roth steps in against Sutherland. And right out, that's going to be a tough result right out of the gate. And 72, it's actually going to be a single for Roth. So New York gets their leadoff runner on in this one, and a very unfortunate roll for Sutherland there. Next up, Roger Peckinpah, and that is going to be a patient result, 0-8, and Peckinpah draws the walk. So the Yankees scoring runs at a frenetic pace. They won 7-2 in the opener of this series. 2 runners on to start the game, and you do not want Babe Ruth with 2 runners on, nobody out. Sutherland needs a big pitch here, and here it comes. That's going to be an in-play result, and 76, he is going to dodge a bullet. That's a ground ball down to shortstop, and unfortunately, the only play there is going to be to first base. Runners move up. So second and third on the 6-3 put out of Ruth, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, Wally Pipp. And Wally Pipp, unfortunate recipient of the most ill-timed headache in baseball history steps in. It's going to be another in-play result, and Pip, that's going to be a pop fly into foul territory near the stands, and Lou Blue ranges over to pull it in. So Sutherland on the verge of extricating himself from this first inning jam. As Bob Musial steps up, and Musial again started very slow in this replay, but he's been hitting well as of late. And 27 on the in-play result against a right-hander. And unfortunately, a lefty, he would have got a hit, but that is going to be a pop fly into shallow center field. And second baseman ranging back, Ralph Young, pulls it in. So Sutherland allows two base runners and then sets the Yankees down, facing the heart of the order. And it is going to be 0 for the Yanks and Detroit coming to bat. All right, leading it off for the Tigers, Ralph Young, followed by Bush, and Ty Cobb waits perched on the dugout steps as Waite Hoyt winds up 25, and that is going to be a base hit, a single. So Detroit starts things off the way the Yankees did with a base knock, and Donnie Bush the batter. And they're going to play some small ball early, get a runner into scoring position for Ty Cobb, and bunt rating of A, and that is going to be a successful sacrifice. And that goes down to the third baseman. All right, so moving down to second base is Young, 5-3 on the putout, sacrifice, and that brings up Ty Cobb with a chance to give the Tigers a lead. Young gets his lead, and 5 is going to be an in-play result for Tyrus Cobb. And 68, that's going to be a ground ball down to short, runner holds, and a strong throw by Peckinpah nips Cobb at first base, 2 down. Runner still in scoring position. Here comes a pitch from Hoyt, and another in-play result, 73, and that's going to get Hoyt out of the inning. A high fly ball into center field. Camping under that is Brago Roth, and side is retired. So a leadoff hit is wasted for the Tigers, and we go to the top of the second, no score. Home run Baker set to lead it off for the Yanks against Sud Sutherland, the beer drinker. 96, and that is going to be a fly ball into deep right field, back near the track, reaching up, and Harry Heilman pulls it in. So home run Baker tried for one there, came up just short in the cavernous Navin field. Aaron Ward now the batter, the Yankees second baseman, his first at bat today. That's going to be an in-play result, and Aaron Ward drives that back up the middle. That's going to be a one-out single. And Wally Shang, the only regular in the Yankees lineup hitting below 200, steps in. We will re-roll that. 9, and that's going to be a defensive check. All right, and again, using the facts defense. That is going to be third base. Hold on. Like I said, it is a bit rusty. All right, range at third base for Detroit. Sargent is an F, 73. And 73, that is going to be a base hit. And on the hit, one base advance for the runners. So stopping at second base is Ward, and Wally Shang keeps the rally going for the Yankees here in the second inning. Stepping up to the plate now is Waite Hoyt, the pitcher, and Sutherland trying to get out of this. That's going to be a tough result, and 70, Hoyt, swing and a miss, strike 3. So back to the top of the order, and runners on first and second. Sutherland gets a sign, and that's going to be another in-play result. 0-6, though, and against the right-hander, Roth drives that into the outfield. That is going to be a double. And liner into left center, cut off by the left fielder. Runners advance 2 bases. So coming in to score is Aaron Ward with our first run of the game. Stopping at third base is Shang. And RBI double for Roth. Yankees lead 1-0. 2 down, runners on second, third now for Roger Peckinpah. Here comes a pitch from Sutherland, and that's going to be another in-play result. And Sutherland gets out of that's a pop fly, and right behind shortstop, Donnie Bush drifts back, pulls it in, side is retired, but the Yankees collect 3 hits in this inning, and first run of the ball game, it's 1-0 heading to the bottom of the second. And for Detroit, it's Heilman, Lou Blue, and Joe Sargent coming up to hit against Hoyt. Hoyt has a sign, kicks, delivers, and ground ball down to short. Peckinpah charges, whips it across the diamond, gets Heilman easy. Heilman was not a very fleet-footed runner. 1 down for Lou Blue, and Hoyt, that's going to be another in-play result, and Blue gets a hold of that, drives it into right field. A 1-out single for the Tigers. As they look to even this up, Joe Sargent, the batter. Sargent, in 1921 against right-handers, he hit .243 with a .298 OBP. Here comes a pitch. It's a tough result, actually, for Hoyt. And against the right-hander, swing and a miss, Sargent. Over the top of the curveball, 2 down, and Eddie Ainsmith, Tigers catcher, steps up. Hoyt's got the sign, kicks, delivers, and that's going to be another tough result, 62, and fly ball into shallow right field. And Musial comes in to take care of that. So the Tigers, another hit, but they leave that runner stranded. We head to the third, 1-0, Yankees with the lead. Sutherland to face Babe Ruth, and best way to face him, of course, is with nobody on base. That's going to be an in-play result to the Bambino. Fly ball to deep center field. Plenty of room out there, though, for Cobb, and Cobb snares a long fly ball from his nemesis, Ruth. Cobb, not a fan, of course, of Ruth's style of long ball play. Wally Pipp, who popped out to the first baseman his first time up, steps up. And 55, tough Pipp against the right-hander, and that's going to be a ground ball down to third. So coming in hard, scoop and sling it across the diamond is Joe Sargent, out number 2, and Sutherland can get the Yankees down in order for the first time as Musial steps in play result to Bob. And 0-7 against the right-hander. That is going to be a single, so a 2-out base knock. As the Yankees look to extend their lead, 2 out, and Franklin home run Baker. He had a deep fly out his first time up. Here comes a pitch, tough. Baker checks a swing, called strike 3. Baker caught looking, and a fastball just nipped the outside corner. So Yankees are retired. They get yet another hit, and it's going into the bottom of the third inning. 1-0, New York up, and it's going to be the pitcher Sutherland, and top of the order, Young and Bush for the Tigers. 7 is going to be a patient result, and 33 against the right-hander. That's usually a good number for a regular batter. For Sutherland, it's going to be a weak pop fly to second base. 1 down to start the home third, and back to the top of the order, Ralph Young. He singled his first time up and was stranded at second base. Here comes a pitch. Tough result from Hoyt, 44 against the right-hander. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Hoyt. Hoyt, slick job on the glove work there, and he tosses it over to Wally Pipp, 2 down. So Hoyt also looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. In play result, and the batter Donnie Bush, 49, and it's going to be a ground ball down to first base, and scooping that up is Pipp. He's going to take it himself, 3 unassisted, as the Tigers retired 1-2-3. We head to the fourth, 1-0. Yankees in the lead. And for the Yankees coming up, it's going to be Aaron Ward, Wally Shang, and Wade Hoyt, bottom of the order. Tough pitch from Sutherland, and 25. Swing and a miss, Aaron Ward. Strike 3. That's after he singled and scored his first time up. One down for the catcher, Wally Shang. Shang also singled back in the second inning. Here comes the pitch. 2, that's going to be a ballpark number, 25 against the right-hander. Shang drives that into the gap, deep into right center field. It's to the wall, and Shang a stand-up double. So Wally Shang, who we maligned as the weakest hitting Yankees, now 2 for 2. And pitcher Wade Hoyt up. Hoyt, not a terrible hitting pitcher. It's going to be a defense check. So going to the fast action cards. All right, the defensive check is going to be on the catcher. So range for Ainsmith is a C. All right, 47C, and that is going to be a dribbler in front of home plate that Hoyt's going to beat out, and Shane goes to third. So Yankees in business, 1 down, runners at the corners, top of the order. Braga, Roth up. Roth is 2 for 2, single and a double, and an RBI. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a in-play result, and fly ball into center field. And that is not going to be deep enough to get the run in from third. 2 down as a big out there for the Tigers. Roger Peckinpah, he is walked and popped out to shortstop, though he has a chance to still be a hero. Ballpark 73, and that's going to do it. A ground ball down to second base. So Yankees getting base runners, only 1 run to show for it through 3.5 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0, New York up on Detroit. And Ty Cobb is going to lead it off for the Tigers. Ruth, once again, was left in the on-deck circle by his teammates. As Hoyt in play result to Tyrus Raymond Cobb. Ground ball down to second base. Cobb hustling, but an easy short throw for the second baseman Ward, I'm sorry. 1 down, and that brings up Bobby Veach, the left fielder. He is 0 for 1, flew out to center his first time up. And it's going to be a patient result, and Veach, looking to draw the walk, does so indeed, as that's Hoyt's first base on ball. Veach trots down to first base, and Harry Heilman up. Heilman against right-handers in 1921 blistered them. He blistered all pitching for a .394 average. So tough spot here for Hoyt. He winds up 11. That's going to be a defensive check. And defense range check shortstop. Shortstop for the Yankees is Roger Peckinpah, range of D, but a favorable roll, and 0-3, actually not a favorable roll. That's going to be a base hit. And that is going to be 1 base advance. So first and second for the Tigers now. 1 down. Lou Blue, the first baseman up. Blue singled his first time up. Plenty of hits, not too many runs in this ball game. That's going to be an in-play result from Blue. That's going to be a ground ball down to third, and unable to turn the double play. They get the force at second. One second. Yeah. So fielder's choice and Veach to third. 5-4 on the put out for Heilman, and fielder's choice Blue at first. Brings up Joe Sargent. Sargent struck out. 2 down. Runners at the corners. Here comes a pitch from Hoyt. 7, patient, 65, and Sargent is going to just miss a base hit there as a nice play at second base by Ward from his knees. Throws him outside, is retired, so the Tigers get 1 hit. They leave 2. And we head to the 5th inning, the halfway point of this game. It is 1-0, New York in front. And leading off for the Yankees is going to be Babe Ruth. Here we go. 7, that's going to be a tough result. 25, Ruth swing and a miss. A mighty hack by the Bambino. Gets nothing but air, and he is sent down on strikes. Wally Pipp, the batter. Pipp 0 for 2. Ground out and a pop out. Here comes a pitch from Sutherland, and we are going to defense again. Defense is going to be an error check on the first baseman, and that's Lou Blue. Error check is a 3, roll of 48, and that is going to be an error. And that will be a 1-base error. So Blue boots that. And Pipp down at first base due to the E3, and Musial, the batter. Musial popped out and singled. Here comes the pitch. 7, and that's going to be a tough result. 89, ground ball down to shortstop, and 7 and 5. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So 6-4, Pipp is retired. Fielder's choice at first base for Musial, and that brings up home run Baker. Baker, he is 0 for 2, strikeout, fly out. Here comes a pitch. 6 in play, and that's going to do it for the Yankees. Ground ball down to second base, can of corn. And the short throw from Ralph Young to first, and side is retired. So the Yankees, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and we are halfway through this game. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 1-0, New York in front. Both pitchers doing just enough to stay out of trouble. And Eddie Ainsmith is going to lead it off against Hoyt for the Tigers. And 8, tough, 33. Swing and a miss, and Ainsmith tipped but hung on to by Shang. And for Hoyt, that is his second strikeout of the game. He also has a free pass, 1 down. Sutherland, the pitcher, steps up. Ballpark, and Sutherland, 99. And that is going to be a deep fly ball to left field. Babe Ruth going back and catches it at the track. So Hoyt's opposing number gave that one a ride. That would have been something, but hauled in by the Bambino. 2 down. Back to the top of the order. 7, that's going to be a patient result. 27, and base on balls for Young. So we've only had 1 clean 3 up, 3 down inning so far in this game, recorded by the Yankees back in the 3rd. 2 out base runner for Donnie Bush, and here comes a pitch from Hoyt, and another patient result, and Hoyt is now having trouble finding the plate. 2 free passes in a row, and that brings up the dangerous Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb looking to put a halt to this Yankees winning streak. Tough, and Cobb checks his swing. Strike 3 called. He is furious. Cobb slams the bat down, gets in the face of the umpire, who walks away. Cobb has to be physically restrained as the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 2 left, and no errors. It is 1-0 New York heading into the 6th inning. It's going to be Aaron Ward for the Yankees, followed by Wally Shang and Wade Hoyt. Sutherland pitching a fine game thus far, and that is going to be a tough result. And Aaron Ward, usually that is well into the out category, but he strikes out so much, that's going to be a single. And that's how he got his first hit as well. So Ward leads it off here in the 6th inning with a base knock. Catcher Wally Shang, also a former Athletic. And Sutherland, that's going to be a patient result, 54. And Shang draws a base on balls to the Yankees now. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Hoyt is definitely going to lay one down here. His bunt rating is an A. And that is going to be a sacrifice hit. And that is bunted back to the pitcher. Only play is to first. So one down, top of the order. Yankees on second and third, and that brings up Brago Roth. Roth is 2 for 3, single, double, fly out. He has an RBI, the game's only RBI. 7, tough result. 77 to Roth, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. And is that going to be deep enough to get a run in? It will not be. So second time a shallow fly ball has failed to plate a runner as Aaron Ward scampers back to third. 2 down, 2 on. Roger Peckinpah, 6. That's going to be an in-play result. And Peckinpah, 56, ground ball down to third. And once again, Stud Sutherland manages to extricate himself from a precarious situation as the Yankees get 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 2 left. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 1-0. That run back in the second holding up for the Yankees thus far. Wade Hoyt on the hill. It's going to be Bobby Veach, Harry Heilman, and Lou Blue for the Tigers. Veach is 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out. Here comes a pitch from Hoyt, 6 in play, double zeros, and that is the event chart, people. So I have my own homebrewed event chart for this game. Base is empty. Let's see. 82 and 82. Batter hits a pop-up near first, runs over the first baseman, called out on interference. So Veach in F3, and he is going to argue again with the umpire, the Tigers. Not too happy with the umpiring in this one, but he's back to the dugout. 1 down, call stands, and Heilman up. Heilman 1 for 2. It's going to be an in-play result to Harry, and Harry gets his second hit of the day, a single right back through the box. Almost took Hoyt's ankles off. It's going to be 1 down, 1 on for Lou Blue, the first baseman. Hoyt's got the sign, kicks, delivers, and in-play result, that is going to be a single. And that is a bloop single into right field. The runner on first advances 1 base. So going station to station is Detroit, and the Tigers threatening again. Runner in scoring position, 1 down. 0 for 2 is Joe Sargent, but he can be a hero here with a hit. Patient result, and 76. Luckily, he was not facing a left-handed pitcher. That is going to be a fly ball into shallow center field. Brago Roth comes in, plenty of room, basket catch, and scampering back to second base is Heilman. The very slow-footed Heilman. 2 down, 2 on. And another defensive role. Let's see what we have here. Defense range check, third base. And for the Yankees at third base, home run Baker is a C. And 20 on the C. That is going to be a hit and 2 outs. That's going to move the runners up 2. And coming around to score is Heilman. Going to third, Lou Blue, and an RBI single for Eddie Ainsmith. This game is tied at 1 apiece, folks. As that brings up the pitcher, Sutherland, and they're going to let him hit away, 2 down. 9, that's going to be an in-play result, and a shallow fly ball to left field. Babe Ruth trotting in, takes that. Side is retired, but the Tigers scratch out a run on 3 hits, and they have equalized this game at 1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. It's going to be Babe Ruth, Wally Pipp, and Bob Musial. And, of course, the Bambino can untie this with One mighty hack. Here comes the pitch. And 3, that is going to be a patient result. 24, an easy walk for Ruth. His 1921 card, again, is probably one of the sickest in the payoff pitch universe. He actually is so good. He has home runs in the patient column as well as wheelhouse. So very, very few cards will come close to him in this game. Runner on first base, nobody out. Wally Pip up. And that's going to be an in-play result for the Pipster. 21, that is going to be a single into right field. Well, let's see where it goes. Actually, that's going to be a sharp liner to center, and runner on first advances 1. So Yankees come charging right back. Still no action in the Detroit bullpen. Sutherland to Musial. Here comes a pitch, and it's going to be an in-play result for Bob. Ground ball down to short. That's going to be a double play. Going to third is Ruth. 6-4-3. So the Yankees, the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but 2 outs now for home run Baker. And Baker today is 0 for 3. He's got a fly-out, ground-out, and a K. Here comes the pitch from Sutherland. That's going to be an in-play result, 39, and that's going to end the inning. A pop fly behind home plate. And Mask goes flying. Eddie Ainsmith, who tied us up, makes the catch, and we go to the 7th inning stretch. We are tied at 1 and staring extra baseball in the face here. Free baseball. So for the Yankees facing Hoyt, it is going to be top of the order, Young, Bush, and Cobb. And the Yankees actually have some stirring in the bullpen. The old veteran Jack Quinn is up and throwing. So Hoyt looking to get out of this without help. Ballpark result, 51. That's going to be a ground ball down to first base. Wally Pitt fields it. Underhand toss to Hoyt. 1 down. Donnie Bush, the batter. Bush today is 0 for 1. He's got a ground out, a sacrifice bunt, and a walk. Here comes a pitch from Hoyt. 5, that's going to be in play, and 43 will be a ground ball back to the pitcher, Hoyt. Easy toss to first, 1-3 on the putout. 2 down for Ty Cobb, who has been collared today. Tyrus 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be an in-play result. Cobb, mighty swing, drives into right field, near the line, going over and making a running catch is Bob Musial. So 3 up, 3 down, go the Tigers in the 7th inning. We head to the top of the 8th, still tied at 1. And for the Bombers, it's going to be Aaron Ward, Wally Shang, and Wade Hoyt. The bottom of the order, that's where the damage has been done in this game. Sutherland, 62, and Tough. And swing and a miss, Aaron Ward. I said he struck out a lot. Tough got him a hit last time. This time he goes down swinging. So a fruitless at bat. He is now 2 for 4, 2 strikeouts, 2 singles. Wally Shang, the batter, and Shang, 2 for 2, single double walk, having a great day. Came in hitting under 200, as mentioned pregame. It's going to be an in-play result. And Shang keeps the streak going. He has got his 3rd hit of the day, has been on base all 4 times. So 1 out single for Wally Shang. And Hoyt bunted last time. They're going to let him hit away this time, however. And patient result 65, and that is probably a mistake. That is going to be a 4-6-3 double play, so should have bunted, but did not. Yankees are retired in the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the frame, still 1-1. And each team looking to strike out or scratch out what could be that decisive run. It's going to be Veach, Heilman, and Blue against Wade Hoyt. Here comes a pitch, and Hoyt really needed a tough result there because Veach gets a hold of that, drives it into the right field corner, churning around first base. Here comes the throw from Musial, the slide, and he is safe ahead of the throw. Leadoff double, and that puts Hoyt in a precarious position. Heilman is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run scored. Here comes a pitch, and patient result, and being very careful. And Tigers are going to take the lead as Heilman drives that into the left center field gap, smacks the top of the wall. He lumbers into second base. Coming around to score easily is Bobby Veach, and it is 2-1 Detroit. And the Yankees, who came into this game winning 5 of their last 6, but they now trail 2-0 and nobody out. Lou Blue's going to be the batter. And Blue today is 2 for 3, a couple of singles. So Hoyt is on a short leash now. It's going to be a defensive check. Oh, boy. And that's going to be a range check on the first baseman, Wally Pipp. And Pipp is a C, and that, oh, boy, was for the low roll. That is going to be a hit. So hit past the first base, single, and runners advance 2. So second run of the inning comes in to score on the RBI single by Blue, and Detroit now leads it 3-1, and that is going to be it for Waite Hoyt. Unable to get anybody out here in the 8th inning. He goes 7. Has given up 9 hits. He still has a runner that is his responsibility. And Hoyt walked 3 and struck out 2, gave up no home runs. But he is the pitcher of record to lose it, as Jack Quinn comes in. He'll take his 8 warm-up tosses from the mound as Hoyt goes back to the dugout, slams his glove down in disgust. All right, he is ready to go and looking to get this inning over with 2 runs already in, nobody out, runner on first base facing Joe Sargent. And here comes the pitch, first pitch of the game, and Jack Quinn, tough, 73, swing and a miss. Terrible strikeout numbers for Sargent as he goes down swinging. 1 down, that brings up Eddie Ainsmith. Ainsmith, 1 for 3, strikeout single in a ribby. 6, it's going to be an in-play result against the right-hander. It'll be a pop fly into shallow center field, ranging back to pull that in his Peckinpah. So Quinn gets the first 2 down in short order, and that brings up the pitcher Sutherland. Sutherland 0 for 3 in this one. It's going to be another tough result, 99, though. That's going to be a fly ball into shallow left. Babe Ruth's going to glove that. But the damage is done as the Tigers, 3 hits, and that leads to 2 runs. We head to the top of the 9th, and it is 3-1, Detroit up. And for the Yankees, it will be the top of the order, Brago Roth, Roger Peckinpah, and the Bambino. So far from in the books for the Tigers as Sutherland sets off to face Roth, and 7, that's going to be a tough result. And 51, Roth, swing and a miss, a big strikeout to open the 9th frame. 1 down, and Peckinpah steps up to the plate. Peckinpah today is 0 for 3. He has walked, grounded out twice, and popped out to short. Here comes the pitch. And Sutherland, tough, 86 to Peckinpah, and that's going to be a ground ball down to short. And that will be ground out number 3 for Peckinpah as he finishes the day 0 for 4. Last chance for the Yankees, Babe Ruth. No drama, though, in this one, as he cannot hit a 2-run home run with nobody on. Here comes the pitch, 5, and Sutherland, taking it 0 chances, issues the 2nd walk in a row to the Bambino, and it's going to be up to Wally Pipp to try and rally the Yankees. Trailing by 2, here comes a pitch, and Peckinpah Pipp puts it in play. That is going to be a ground ball down to short, ranging behind the bag. Donnie Bush picks it up, sets his feet, fires, and side is retired. That is the ball game. So the Tigers come back from an early deficit to nip the Yankees 3-1. A game in which both offenses had plenty of base runners on, but did not capitalize on them, especially the Yankees early. And of course, Sutherland, he pitched very well after about the fourth inning, only gave up one hit after the fourth. So let's do our final numbers now. The Yankees, 1 run, 9 hits, no errors. Detroit, 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Losing pitcher is going to be Hoyt. He drops to 2-1 on this replay. And Sutherland, like he did in real life, a 2-1 Tigers win on this game played on April 11th, 1921. He goes the distance, scatters 9 hits, gives up 1 run. It was earned. And strikes out 3, 4, 5, 6, and walks 3. So pretty good effort for Sutherland. Gets the W, and that's going to do it. So from Navin Field in Detroit, good to get Payoff pitch. Great baseball game. Check it out, sidelinestrategy.com. And again, please hit the thumbs up on this video on your way out of the ballpark. And we'll have actually some news coming up later this week about Glory Days football and some revisions to that game, some things I'm very excited about. So stay tuned for that. We'll try to get a fight in with Glory Days boxing as well. Until next time, Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Everyone take care. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later.